So we'll continue on with the PowerPoint example videos. If you've been watching all the previous videos related to Microsoft Word and Excel, you'll recognise a lot of the things up here along these bars, these toolbars. For example, if I select the word almost, you see these things that have repeated in all the other packages. They look very similar. You can sort of figure out most of what it means. So what I'll do is I'm going to leave most of that behind and move on to other things instead. I did mention layouts. If you want to change a layout that you already got existing, you can click here actually and select a different one. There's lots of different layouts to choose from. And again, you can, instead of doing insert new slide, if you wanted to, you'd do new slide from here. Over on the left hand side, here's obviously your copy and paste options, and there's that interesting format painter. We've seen that before in previous videos related to Word and Excel. So I'll select the bit that says computer, I'll use the format painter, and I'll double click on football, and obviously it copies the format to there as well. What I want to do is something slightly more interesting. I'm going to go to the insert menu here, and what I want to do is look at some things that we can insert and we can actually use. The first basic one a lot of people like is the idea of shapes. So just click on the shapes option here. You find there's lots of different shapes you can actually insert. There's things like stars and rectangles, etc. I'm going to pick, say, I think I'll pick one of these arrows here. And at the pointer changes, you'll notice to a kind of cross, and draw out the shape you're looking for. And you can go like that as much as you want, and eventually let it go. When you're happy with the button, let it go, and that's what you're looking at the time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate that slightly to make it look as if it's almost in line with this stuff here. I'll move it over to help myself get it better. There you go. And what I can do with this if I want to is I can stretch it right out, which I will just to show you. Just mess around with it. And look, it's now taken over all the stuff you see here. But the thing is, it's in front of things at the moment. But up here I can say send to back, bring it front, etc. I'll do send to back. And I've got this interesting little shape behind it, which is pink as well, that basically sort of highlights this area I'm working with. I can click on that shape again, obviously, and mess about with it as much as I want. Up here though, if I click around here, you'll see that the actual shape itself is changing along with the text nearby it. See how it kind of changes on its own? So I'll pick one I like. There's lots of ones. A nice purple one. There's a slightly see-through one. That's what a kind of grey shape means behind it. I think I'll stick with, say, I like that one there. It's a bit dark, isn't it? So it gives you a completely different effect just by doing that. You can insert lots of different shapes. I'll insert another shape just to see what happens. Here's a sort of, I think it's an elliptical or an oval in this case. You can kind of do that and get different shapes. You can try and make it circular if you want to. But I'll try and make it a little bit circular. And I'll leave it over here a little bit too as well. There's that first bit done. What I can do with this shape is, if I want to, I can mess around with the shape as well. Over here it says shape fill, and that's the colour it is. So let's make it, say, a yellow like the sun. Shape outline, I'll make it an interesting orange as well. And shape outline, back into its weight, makes it thicker for this shape outline, so you can see the kind of edge of this orange part of the sun there. There's other things to do with the fill as well. You can change things. Eyedropper lets you pick a colour already exists. You can pick a picture to place it instead. A gradient, there you go. Gradients are interesting. It gives you really nice effects. There's nice bright gradients, there's darker gradients there. What I think I'll do is I'll pick the dark gradient there. There were options for more in there. You can add in things like shadows, etc. There's lots of things to look in this section here to decide if you like it or don't like it. Whereas a shadow is if it's pointing down the way, pointing to the right, pointing up to the right hand side there. So I've added a shadow as well. If you right click this area, a lot of them say edit. If you do edit text, you can actually type in here as well. Oh, you type in the word sun. There you go. It's got some sort of default colour attached to it. I can change that colour if I want to, so I'll go back in here, and I think I'll make it a red colour and make it quite big. There you go, so now it says sun inside this circle, or this oval. So shapes are quite interesting. Obviously if I want to send the sun behind things, you see it's in the front just now, I can always go and send it back. It's under here, arrange, send it back, but I don't really want to do that, it wouldn't make any sense. Oops. I really wouldn't want to do that at all, so what I'll do is I'll grab this one that we're on already and send that back instead. Send to back. There's here. And there's my sun. I can now grab my sun and use it again. And of course I can resize the sun as much as I want, although rotate won't make much difference because it's a circle or an oval. Right, so there's lots of things you can play with here. Moving on as well, back into insert, well, that was the shape side there. Smart art, I'll click on that just now so you get an idea what it looks like. You can actually put in different types of diagrams. If you're interested in making diagrams, there's ones that are pre-made for you, and you could just insert one of these diagrams and edit what you see just by double clicking different areas. You can insert charts as well. If you're interested in making a chart, there's lots of different charts you can use. Charts are more related to things like spreadsheets, but you can put a chart in here if you want to. And there's lots of information here that you could put in. Once you put a chart in, of course, you can actually edit it and update information in there as well, but we won't do that at the moment. People sometimes say I want pictures, so if you're online, you should be able to use online pictures here. It's asking what you want to do to search with. I'm going to use Bing, which is a search engine. It's asking what you want to type in here. There's lots of examples here. So I'm going to type in education, because that's the sort of thing I do just now. And we'll just wait a little bit. Press enter there. Oh, something went wrong. Oh, I didn't like that. Not sure what's wrong there either. That should work by default. We'll try something else. Let's try team. Nope. Well, for some reason this isn't working for me at the moment, so I'll just cancel on that. I'll need to find a picture then, so the quick way I'm going to do it is I'm going to load up a browser. I'll use the Edge browser, and I'll just type in something like education, press enter. Bing will find it. There's images there. Here's all things related to education here. Interesting ones with keyboards and lots of apples, because Americans like to give teachers apples for some reason. There's one of those like wordly things. I like to look at that. That looks nice, doesn't it? And what we'll do with this is I'm going to save picture as. I want to place it somewhere, so I'm going to save the picture in my pictures folder in this local machine. It's called schooleducation.jpg. I'm going to jump back here, select pictures, and I can go look for pictures I may have. Oh look, I had a UFO already, but there's that school education one, so I'll insert that just now. That's the picture inserted. The white space here is obviously that's part of the picture itself, so that might interfere with what I'm doing. I can always resize things as much as I want, just by clicking the corners, moving things around. And I could just leave that there if I wanted to. I think what I'll do is I'll select this text, hold on to the, oh, wrong key, trying to select that there. Hold on to the shift key, try and grab them both at the same time, move that over, and bring it over as well. Still not getting what I'm looking for. Hey, it's close enough. So, that's an example of inserting pictures. It would be better if we could have did the online pictures, but I'm not sure that didn't work. It's possibly just a fault today with the place I'm working in, or even the internet, or even Microsoft. So that's nice, interesting introduction, I suppose.